Well, first of all, congrats to Duke. They were outstanding, and they are the hottest team in the league. They came in playing really, really good basketball. The thing that they hadn't done in the last 4 or 5 games is shot the ball well from 3. And so our game plan was to try to crowd the lane, because when we played them last time, they had 24 offensive rebounds. So we really wanted to do that. And they made us play. They made us pay for it, especially early. You know, Filipowski was 2 for 11 in the last 4 games, and he hit his first 3. And that knocked us back right away. And we could never really get into a rhythm offensively. We missed some shots early, and I just thought for the first time in a really, really long time, we got knocked back and did not respond. And so disappointed in that, but we played against an outstanding team that really, really played at a high level today.
Jeff, I think one of the most things that have defined your team is how resilient they've been. What kind of got in the way of being resilient in this moment and this time you felt?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you, you know what, I don't know. I'm surprised. You know, if you've watched us like I know you have, Chris, like that's who we've been. We didn't today. I thought we put our heads down and we didn't. Collectively as a group. Individually some guys did, but collectively as a group, and that's been the hallmark of our team all season since after the 4th game of the year. But for whatever reason, we didn't do that today. And they made us pay for it because they're really talented and they're good.
We'll stay to our left.
Jeff, in the game in Durham, you led most of the way. You had a double-digit lead in the first half and still had control with about 8 or 9 minutes when, as you said, the building got involved. Your words, I think, were this building's never out of it. In any event, Duke is clearly a different team now, but in what ways have they improved?
Well, their freshmen have grown up. You know, they're not freshmen anymore. When we played them the last time, Roach didn't play. He was injured during that time. But I think the main thing is just their freshmen have grown up. They're better. They understand college basketball now. They've been through, some tough times. They've had their noses rubbed in crap, and they've stayed together and they responded. They had a game like this at Miami, and they could have easily put their head down, but they came back and they fought, and they got better. And we had this happen to us earlier in the year, and we fought and we got better. My hope is that as we enter the final part of our season, we'll use this and we'll get better. And fortunately, we do have another part of our season. And that's something that we'll be excited about. But today was not good.
Middle of the room.
Houston from Panther Lair. Coach, you mentioned you had trouble finding open looks. What do you think was going on offensively?
Well, I think, number one, they have gotten a lot better defensively from when we played them the first time. So I think their defense forced us out of some things that we've normally been able to get. Their ball screen coverage, they're really tall, and they have great length at every position. And, we had some kicks, we had some shots, we missed some early, and then they made everything early. And I just think that just knocked us completely back.
Okay, questions again for the two players, front row?
Just a question, Jim Sumner, either for Jeff or for Jamarius. I want to ask you about, you're talking about the Duke freshman growing up. Tyrese Proctor, freshman, playing his first ACC tournament game, had 10 assists and 1 turnover. Just talk about what he brings to the table and what you saw and how hard he was to defend.
Yeah, he played a tremendous game. He took what the defense gave him, and, he really picked us apart. And, we just tip our hats off to him. He played a tremendous game in his, first ACC game, and, nothing but respect.
He's a really good player. I've been a fan of his from watching him from afar all year. He's gotten better and better. The main thing, I think, from when we played him earlier, and that was early January, is just he's more confident. He knows who he is. He understands what they want from him, what they need from him. I do think it's helped them having Roach back, so he doesn't have to have it all the time, to have the ball all the time. But he's a really good player. He's got great poise, really good feel, and he was outstanding this afternoon.
Yeah, JB, you've been known to call players-only meetings after tough losses in the past. What's your message to your teammates after this loss here? What's the message?
I would just say we got to flip the switch. You know, we still got more basketball to play. And, you know, we still got an opportunity, you know, to continue to write our story. And that's the biggest thing moving forward, is just taking what we can learn from this experience and move forward in the right direction.
Jeff, I noticed Fetty only played 12 minutes today. Was that injury-related or matchups or a little bit of both?
He had 2 fouls in the first half, so we sat him. He did tweak his knee in yesterday's game. And once we started him in the second half, I didn't like the way he was moving. We just decided to set him.
Back left.
Yeah, all right, Kip Coons for Press Box View. Jeff, you've been on the other side of this enough times to know what a contender looks like. Is this Duke team a Final Four quality team, despite their ranking and whatever?
Well, I think they're really talented, and I haven't really watched all of college basketball, so I can't speak on that. I do think they can make a run. They really can. They have size. They have athleticism. They've really gotten better defensively. If they can shoot the basketball like they shot it today, especially from 3, that makes them even more difficult to guard. They have an unbelievable defensive presence with Lively, and a guy that, you know, puts a lot of pressure on the rim with Lively. They have a lot of weapons. They're really talented, and they've gotten a lot better.
Jeff, Corey, Chris at DK Pittsburgh Sports. Now that the games are said and done for you guys, we wait what happens on Sunday. Do you feel your team has put together an NCAA tournament resume to get into that dance?
Yes.
Question for the players. You guys have size, but Duke starts 7'1" and 7 foot, and then brings 6'11" rugged Ryan Young off the bench. How do you contend with size like that?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, you can't really teach size, but one thing you can do is compete. And for us, it's just in those type of battles, just trying to give it all we got, despite the size difference, and, you know, live with the outcome.
Guillermo.
Yeah, it's really hard when they got so many players that are so large and so talented, so gifted. It's really hard because you gotta keep fighting one 7-footer, and then they sub another 7-footer. So it's always hard, and also because they're big too. So yeah, that's really hard.
Guillermo, I know it's tough, you know, with still dealing with this loss, but what's your biggest takeaway from your first experience of an ACC tournament environment from the win yesterday and today?
I'm really happy to have the possibility to be here, like to play this really big tournament, ACC tournament. Like 1 year ago, I would never imagine myself playing an ACC tournament and playing. So really happy overall. Of course, it's tough after a loss like this, but just keep learning, put the hand down, and keep working.
Any other questions? All right, thank you guys.